Okay, hi, hello, welcome back. So ngayon, we will have another topic under our rotational kinematics and dynamics. So ito yung rotational kinematics na nga natin. So we have here our big four formulas or equation sa ating rotational kinematics. So we have here first, omega is equals to omega sub 0 plus alpha times t. Second, we have omega squared is equal to omega sub 0 squared plus 2 times alpha times the quantity of theta minus theta sub 0. Yun yung second. Ito naman yung third. Theta is equals to theta sub 0 plus omega sub 0 times our t plus 1 half alpha t squared. Then we have our fourth. Theta minus theta sub 0 is equals to 1 half times the quantity of omega sub 0 plus omega times our t. So if we want to solve for our ano, um, final velocity or final angular velocity, we need to use this first and second. Then sa ano naman, third, if we want to solve for our final angle, then the difference, sa fourth naman, the difference between the final angle and the initial angle. Okay, so take note that yung omega natin, yung walang subscript, that is the final angular velocity. Yung omega sub 0 naman natin, yan yung initial angular velocity. Yung theta natin, that is the final angle. Then the theta sub 0, that is the initial angle. Then yung t natin, that is the time interval natin. Okay, now we have here our example. So, para mas maintindihan natin yung application niya. So, we have here our sample problem. A deep sea fisherman hooks a big fish that swims away from the boat, pulling the fishing line from his fishing reel. The whole system is initially at rest, and the fishing line unwinds from the reel at a radius of 4.50 centimeter from its axis of rotation. The reel is given an angular acceleration of 110 rad per second squared for 2 seconds. So what is the final angular velocity of the reel? How many revolutions does the reel make? Okay? So, first natin i-identify is we need to find our given. So, di ba, that is always our first step when we have our problem. So we have here our radius. Sabi dito, radius of 4.50 centimeters. So we have here our radius that is 4.50 cm. Try natin if magamit natin siya later. Then we have here our angular acceleration. So angular acceleration that is 110 rad per second squared. So ito yung magiging omega natin. Ay sorry, magiging angle natin. That is 110 rad per second squared. Tapos, yung time natin, that is for 2 seconds. So, that is our time. T is 2 seconds. Then, take note, sabi dito, the whole system is initially at rest. Is our initial angular velocity, that is 0 rad. Sorry, rad per second pala yung unit, hindi meter per second. Okay, that is 0 rad per second. Okay? So, sabi dito, find the final angular velocity of the reel. 'Di ba, if we want to find the final angular velocity, we're going to use the first equation. So, that will be, okay, sa A natin, so let's have this as our first question. That will be, omega is equals to omega sub 0 plus alpha times our t. Okay? So, our angular acceleration, yung alpha natin. Okay, angular acceleration pala yung ano natin na 110 rad per second squared. Okay, so we have here our omega sub 0 that is equal to 0 plus yung angular acceleration natin that is 110 rad per second squared times yung time natin na 2 seconds times 2 second. So this will be equal to, okay, that will be equal to wala naman ito kasi 0 siya. So, that will be 110 times 2. That is 220 rad per second since mabawasan na ito ng second. So, this will be the final angular velocity of our reel. So, that is our final omega or final angular velocity nga. Okay? So, meron na tayong sagot sa first natin na question. Then, We have the second question, how many revolution does the reel make? So, ilang revolution nga ba? So, we need to find here our final angle. So, yan yung hinahanap natin. So, take note na since from rest siya, yung initial angle natin, that is 0. Now, we have here our formula since we need to find our yun ngang final angle natin. So, that will be theta is equal to theta sub 0 plus our initial angular acceleration times t plus 1 half our angular acceleration times t squared. So, ito yung gagamitin natin na formula. Again na, ito yung gagamitin natin na formula. So, we have here our our theta. That will be, substitute natin yung given natin, that is 0, plus our, initial angular velocity natin, that is 0 rad per second, plus times our 2 second na time, plus 1 half angular acceleration natin, that is 110 rad per second squared, times our time, that is 2 second quantity squared. Okay? Now we have um, theta is equal to, this will be now equal to 0 plus 0 since this is equal to 0, plus 1 half times 110 rad per second squared times 4 second squared. Okay, so we have here second squared and second squared, so maka-cancel out na yan, or that will be divided, so mawala na yung second squared natin. So our angle now will be 1 half times 110 rad times 4. Okay? So this is equal to, this will be 1 half times 110, that is 55 rad times 4. So 55 rad times 4, that is equal to 220 rad. Okay? So that is the angle natin. However, sabi dito sa question, how many revolution man yung hinahanap. So we need to convert this one into revolution. Okay, so how are we going to convert that one? So we have theta, that is 220 rad. Take note na ang 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi rad. So we have here 1 rev, that is equals to 2 pi rad. So this will be 220 over 2 pi revolution. So this is equal to 220 divided by 2, that is 110 over pi rev. So we can answer this one, or we can approximate this to the nearest whole number. So this is equal to, our final angle is approximately equal to 35 revolution. Okay? So yan yung um, revolution na magagawa ng reel. Okay? So, I hope may natutunan kayo. I hope may naturo naman ako sa inyo. So, if you have a question, please ask in the comment section below. And if wala naman, thank you for your time with me to learn new stuff in our physics. Okay, so I hope you learned something. Bye-bye and God bless. Thank you ulit.